Since 2004, with the release of Counter-Strike Source, and especially the release of Half-Life 2, the Source engine was born. Now, the Source engine is an engine that Valve has been supporting for years now, and it's been alive for 18 years. And people have made many games, many modes, whether it's through Gmod or CSGO or Half-Life 2, people just keep playing on it, and it is very alive and thriving at the moment. But that's not really the point of this video. Today I want to dip into the emptiness and the eeriness of source maps. However, yeah, that's right, I'm baiting you into subscribing to me. If you could, you can see how skewed this graph is, so honestly, if you wanted to, that would be awesome. If not, whatever, but yeah, back to the video. Gmod is a scary game. Now sure, it can be a lot of fun when you play with your friends, but when you're just alone in a blank canvas world, it can be kind of unsettling. Whether you're walking in a big city, or just a blank canvas, or a little town even, it all feels like you're being watched, even when you're alone. Now, there is one big reason why it's so scary and eerie walking through these source maps, and you've probably already guessed it. It's the emptiness. Not a single soul in sight except for you. In a well-lived-in city, or canvas map, you walk around this city, and you see it's been used, it's old, it's rustic, people have lived here. So where is everybody? And I'm not alone in this either. There is this real-life psychological phenomenon called Kenopsia. Now, Kenopsia is pretty much the sense of you walk into a place you would expect to see a lot of people, and there's nobody there. Like a place you would expect to have so many people, like Times Square for example, only to find all of New York City abandoned and empty. It leaves an uneasy feeling in your soul, and it really just turns you the other way. Now, if any of you have ever heard of liminal spaces, this is kind of that phenomenon. Still, I find it quite interesting, especially how it adapted so well into a game from 18 years ago. Now, even with the absence of everybody in these maps, there is still one more thing that makes it even more creepy, and to do it justice, I can't talk over it, so I'm going to play you some unedited, no commentary clips of me just walking around in the big city, and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Enjoy. Now, as you can see, or rather hear from all the footage, the ambient noises make this really creepy. Sure, there's nobody around in a fully built city, and that's already kind of eerie enough. But the fact that there's sounds of people there, like trains coming by, cars driving, helicopters, but you're not seeing anybody there, it confuses your mind because you think there should be people there when really there isn't. In my opinion, the ambient noises really amp up the creep factor, and I really just had to show you that segment of no commentary to get my point across. Now, something that's interesting about the Source engine is that it's used across multiple games. Now, most popular is Half-Life 2, obviously, and that's kind of what Gmod is modeled after, but you can also find it in like CSGO and Portal. Now, usually when you come across these empty maps, they're usually ported into Gmod, which means they're usually, or more often than not, Half-Life 2. Now, if you don't know anything about Half-Life, there's a lot of aliens and, futuristic stuff happening in the game, and that transfers right over to the maps based off of Half-Life 2. So that means just walking through the city, you're not only hearing just random pedestrians and like cars going by like they're ghosts, you're also hearing really creepy and ominous noises, which are sound files from Half-Life 2 because there are aliens everywhere. And it really amps up the creep factor, especially in Gmod. Now, what's quite interesting about this as well is that this doesn't just apply to source maps. This applies to many games, many maps, many engines. You can go to pretty much any old game and find it creepy playing it again. Now, I think this is mainly due to nostalgic purposes, where we ourselves remember playing these games a long time ago and having a lot of fun and having it be full of life and stuff, and so returning to it now and having it not be the same as we remember it from our childhoods really adds a creepy and kind of depressing addition to it. Concluding this video, I would just like to encourage all of you to go out and see what you can find that gives you a similar feeling like this. Kenopsia is something that's very interesting and intriguing to me, and I wonder if you find it fascinating as well. Looking up liminal spaces or old video games you used to play. Are they creepy now? Have they always been creepy? Or are they not at all? I'm curious to hear what your thoughts are in the comments, so please leave them. And of course, happy Halloween.